The arcade original Shinobi has burst onto Nintendo Switch in the latest Sega Ages installments. And just like all of M2's classic Sega ports, there's a handful of extra features to make this feel fresh for newcomers and series fanatics. Starring Joe Musashi, you'll battle through 5 action platformer stages to save the kidnapped children of your ninja clan and topple the criminal syndicate known as Zed. It's not hard to see how Shinobi birthed a flagship franchise for Sega, with addictive pattern-based gameplay that's fun to master, though there's no real attempt at replicating true ninja tactics. The original term for ninja, Shinobi, directly translates to stealth, or the one who hides. I googled it. Arcades are certainly no stranger to stealth, but even in the late 80s, the genre was already finding a more comfortable home on console. In truth, the real inspiration for Shinobi is Namco's Rolling Thunder, with the ninja theme providing some nice, legally distinct decoration. Rolling Thunder even has a bit of stealth which Shinobi lacks, letting you duck into doorways to avoid enemies, though it's more comical than badass.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Evasion still plays a big role in Shinobi, with one-hit kills demanding you memorise enemy patterns and only utilise your ninja magic when absolutely necessary. And for players who want to practice their skills or see the full game without the pressure of perfect mastery, M2 has provided a couple of options. First off, there's the Aegis Mode. This allows Joe Musashi to sustain 2 hits while weakening basic enemies. On top of that, you can also rewind your gameplay with either trigger. This is a great learning tool, but can easily be abused to brute force the entire game. Rewind features like this are often contentious for the more ardent video game players who spent their own youth being brutalised in the most unforgiving era of video games, but I feel like these tools are a great way to get people into older titles and often provide their own challenge in self-moderation. It's all too easy to overwork your trigger finger, rewinding every little mistake you make until the game becomes nothing more than raw, unimmersive button mashing. Anyone looking to maximise the rewind feature's teaching potential will first have to learn not to overindulge in it, or the game stops being a game very quickly. On top of the already razor-sharp difficulty of the base game, you can earn additional points by not using any throwing weapons. The best way to sustain this is to remove the throwing weapon option in the controls menu, with M2 providing a dedicated scoreboard for doing just that. The Sega Ages replay feature is also on standby for you to observe the world's very best and try out their high score techniques. The familiar screen filters are present too, with some really nice wallpapers. I'd love to have this border covering an entire wall of my living room. Another replicates the arcade cabinet with authentic 1987 arcade sounds, though it would be nice to have this artwork without the sound effects as well. Overall, this is just another release which proves why Sega has endured for so long in the gaming industry. Shinobi plays really well for its age, and this is the definitive way to experience it. It may be a simplistic experience compared to the franchise which followed it, but it's a real treat for anyone who's ever wanted to call themselves Shinobi.